Happy Sunday, December 1. Today is the birthday of my brother Sam. Sam, wherever you are, happy birthday, San Fernando, Spanish. The title for today, I have given you an example. I have given you an example. Before I go to the scripture for today, I just want to tell you a little incident. A few days ago, my father was in the hospital. Typically, I go take him to the hospital. He has his eye injection, his eye, the blood, everything in the hospital, USC County. I leave him there, and then I go and work during the day, and then I pick him up in the afternoon. Sometimes I am able to do that, or my brother or my sister. However, this chance, no one was able to bring him back. Therefore, for the first time, or second, out of the few times, it was late at night, dark. He takes the bus. I had given him a whole bunch of coins, and he didn't know where to take. He goes, I ride on Marengo, I ride on Mission. There is the bus stop. There's number 605, 78, 77. He's not clear. Which one do I take? I had written a piece of paper, the intersection of Burton and Las Tunas, but that doesn't mean a number. God, all of a sudden in heaven, I believe it was God, sent my dad two angels. A lady number one and lady number two. Señor, aquí, don't put 2 quarters, just put 1. I'll give you a nickel. They were helping him. He goes in and he was able to take Huntington, make a ride on Main, comfortable in the bus, making a left on Garfield in the intersection of Atlantic and Main and Alhambra, when all of a sudden, in the middle of the bus, 2 drunk men start punching at each other. And there was a fight in the bus, a struggle in the bus, and screams in the bus. All the passengers leave the bus, and they call the police and 911, waiting for the next bus. And they look at each other, and here's a peaceful man, 86-year-old, peaceful, with calm spirit, not moving anything, smiling at the world. That was my dad. He gets off the bus. He waits in the corner. I'm in Burton. I'm in Norwalk. I'm in Alhambra, not knowing how to pick him up. I didn't know where he was. I didn't know how to get a hold of him. My 360 on my application and my phone is not working. When all of a sudden, my wife says, why don't we call our son Jeremy? He knows best. And he does. He called Jeremy. And my son says, Papa Lucho is in Huntington and in Marengo, somewhere there. You can find him and track him. Find him in this new application. I run as fast as I can. I take my car and I waited. Dad, I'm behind you. He gets in the car and we were able to come home. What a blessing. In the middle of the fights of this world, we can have Third World War. There's a peace that comes from the heart. There's the peace of Jesus, the Son of God. Let's go to the scripture. John 13:15. For I have given you an example that you also should do just as I have done to you. I have given you an example. This statement is sandwiched between 2 references to Jesus' supreme authority. When Jesus approaches Peter to wash his feet, Peter is scandalized. What in creation are you doing? You're my teacher. I'm your student. Hello? In that era, washing another's feet was an act of submission, was an act of humility, was an act of humiliation. The idea that a master would do that to his own servant was unthinkable. At first, it would appear to contradict the idea of Christ as the Lord and Master. How can he be the master, behaving like a servant? Jesus clarifies that he's not denying his supremacy. Jesus fully accepts the idea that he is their Lord. The lordship is the point of what he did. And the natural human perspective is to look at some types of service of love and say, that's beneath me. That's below me. I am being disrespected. This is especially true when someone feels more important or more valuable than other people. By acting out of humble, sacrificial servanthood, Jesus lowers the beneath me line all the way to the floor. Loving service to others is something no believer can brush off as unworthy of their name. I finish with a little story. It's in the middle of the Passover celebration. Jesus knows that the hour has come to leave this world. He is loving his disciples during his ministry on earth. And now he's loving them till the very end. It is the time of supper, and the devil has already prompted Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, to betray Jesus. Jesus knows that the Father has given him authority. Authority not over one thing or another, but over everything, and that he had come from God and is returning to God. So he gets up from the table. Jesus takes off his robe. Jesus wraps a towel around his waist. Jesus pours water into a basin. Then Jesus begins to wash the disciples' feet. And Jesus begins drying them with the towel that he had placed around him. When Jesus comes to Simon Peter, Peter says, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" You don't understand now what I'm doing, but someday you will. "You will never wash my feet, Lord. Unless I wash you, you won't belong to me." "Then wash my hands, wash my head, wash my body." A person who has bathed all over does not need to wash, except for the feet. Then he is going to be entirely clean. And you, disciples, are clean, but not all of you. Not all of you are clean. After washing their feet, he puts the robe again and sits down and asks, "Do you understand what I was doing? You call me teacher. You call me master. You call me Lord. And you're right, because that's what I am. And since I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you ought to wash each other's feet. I have given you an example to follow. Do as I have done to you. I tell you the truth, the slaves are no greater than their master, nor is a messenger more important than the one who sends the message. Now that you know these things, God will bless you for doing them." And I want to finish with that line. For everything in your spiritual life, don't forget that line. For everything in your keeping of the commandments, do not forget that line. Pastor Benjamin, what is that line? I have given you an example. What Sabbath? What day do I go to worship? I have given you an example. I kept the Sabbath. What's the state of the dead? Do we go to purgatory? Do we go to hell? I have given you an example. When I resurrected, I said, "Mary, don't touch me. I haven't gone to heaven." What should I eat every morning? Bacon and ham? I have given you an example. The list is on Leviticus chapter 11. That is the key to your success. That is the key to your faith. That is the key to your religion. May God bless you, and I will see you tomorrow.